And now, Health Beat on KTVO News at 10. Expect more.
Insect consumption has been popular for decades in certain parts of the world. In fact, over 2 million people consume insects on a daily basis. Experts say bugs are nutritious, so could it be a food trend for the future? Samantha Croix takes a bite out of this story and filed this report.
Food trends seem to come and go, but one that has stuck around and gained popularity with each year has been all about how to eat organic. Now, this isn't an episode of Fear Factor, although it does involve eating bugs, a tradition in developing parts of the world that falls under the organic category.
It may remind you of a childhood dare, but consuming insects is pretty popular among different areas of the world.
While the availability of them plays a part, the driving force behind this practice is that insects are healthy and environmentally safe. Experts say certain insects are a nutritious alternative to traditional agriculture, and being rich in protein containing high calcium, iron, and zinc levels can be attributed to why some areas of the world favor insects over chicken, pork, beef, and even fish.
They're also very high in fat, and that's a real factor for people who live in developing countries where they don't always have high quality food sources available to them.
Environmentally speaking, insects considered as food release considerably fewer greenhouse gases than livestock. And since raising insects is not necessarily a land-based activity, the production of it does not require the purchase of multiple acres.
You don't have to buy acres and acres of farmland to raise cattle or to raise chickens or pigs. Instead, you have a much smaller investment that you would need to raise crickets, for example. So I think it provides an easier entry way into kind of an alternate form of agriculture.
Being that they're cold-blooded, insects are proficient at converting feed into protein. For instance, crickets need 12 times less feed than cattle and half as much feed as pigs and chickens to produce the same amount of protein.
Since insects are ectotherms, their temperature is going to be influenced by the external environment, so they don't waste food basically in the same way that we would to keep our bodies warm.
Some insects can be extremely detrimental to human health, so eating them off the ground is not recommended. Experts advise those who are interested in this practice to search for a safe and reliable source. Now, insect consumption in the United States may be a few years off, but don't be surprised if one day you head to the frozen food aisle and find a frozen bag of raw crickets to cook up at home. Reporting in Kirksville, Samantha Croix, KTVO News.